Hey everybody, welcome to a sponsored stream with me, Casey Wosu, joined by Jack Packard. And I've only just now realized as I say that our names are reversed.
In the overlay?
Yeah, that's cool. I can
Wow. Wow. The unprofessionalness.
What's really
The
crazy is how anal I've been
Yeah.
prior to going live about all the things I
yeah.
need to check.
Oh,
But
this
it's
is what I
fine.
need to do. This is what I need to do. Hey, Jack, stop with the goofing. I need to go through my pre-stream checklist. And apparently checking our names wasn't part of that checklist, Casey.
I didn't know until I had to say our names because I had to remember what our names were. But yes, I am Casey Wosu. That's Jack Packard.
Hi.
We are coming together once again. I realized we hadn't been on a Discord call together, just you and me, since 2020.
I'm seeing that exactly same thing. Our last message to each other before this Discord call was in November of 2020.
That's so long ago. It breaks my brain that I've even known you for that long, let alone that was the last time we were in Discord call. Like, Jack and I have spoken, like we speak like almost every day, but
Right.
we don't get to just stream me and Jack very often. Like, we used to actually have a show together back in the day. You probably don't remember. Like your first like solo streaming show after you were doing what do you call it? After you were doing what's the name? What's the name of the show you had? Underdeveloped, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I know that was so long ago. There's no way I can remember that. Yeah.
Guys, let us know how volume sounds. We're playing Phantom Spark, which is a zero-G racer with lots of chill vibes.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It was just called Streaming with Jack. That makes sense. I would call it that. Yeah, I was told this game has big F-Zero vibes, and I'm a big fan of F-Zero.
Yeah, how you're a big fan of F-Zero, but how do you feel about the anti-grav racing genre in general?
Maybe I don't know about the anti-grav racing genre in
Is
general.
F-Zero the only anti-grav racer you've ever like played or are familiar with?
Maybe, like, F-Zero, what was it, GX for the GameCube?
Yeah, that's a great game.
Great fucking
That's a
game.
great game. But yeah, F-Zero is probably like the most recognizable one.
Okay.
Wipeout's pretty big.
Ooh, I've played
that was
Wipeout.
like a PlayStation associated one for a long time. There are a lot of smaller ones that have come out since. Phantom Spark apparently is one of this kind of new class. There are a couple of other indie ones that I've been tracking as well. But Phantom Spark, at the very least, is going for something a little different. Like, you think anti-grav, you think futuristic, you think cyberpunk.
Yeah.
This is a very mellow, high-speed racing game. Like,
Oh, all right.
like the soundscape, like the visuals, like the look even of the ship. Like, your ship is like this kind of core with like these sorts of metal things around it, as you can see here.
Yeah.
Like this little AI buddy who's like introducing to the game is just super polite. Like, Sierra, how wonderful, welcome. I'm Sierra.
Okay, so
I will be your guide. Like, it's
this is less like white knuckle, time your turns, and more just like get into the groove of it.
yes, which I think is a really interesting angle for a zero-G racer to go for, because like racing in general, even if you're not going like 1,000 kilometers per second,
Yeah.
is very like tense. But it also has that element, especially when you dig down into like time trial stuff. It has that element of getting into the zone, like kind of just tuning out everything around you and just like being in that space, right?
All right. I like it. I am seeing, before you get too started, I'm seeing you are a slightly bit quieter. I'm
quiet.
seeing game audio loud, Casey quiet.
All right, we can make those adjustments.
We're gonna make those adjustments before we get too deep into the groove.
All right,
Because sometimes you do
louder.
just need a game to chill to.
Yeah, I'm also gonna move a little closer to my mic because that might have been.
Oh, that could be it. Yeah.
Boop. And then we're just gonna, because Windows likes to do a thing where if you click off of the game after you change the volume, it no longer allows the volume to be changed by the thing that changes volume.
As of course, that makes perfect sense.
Should be slightly better balance here, I think.
Oh, great. Rupert Chupert, thanks for the tip. We appreciate that. And Pure Pyro says, I bought 9 Souls on Casey's recommendation.
Oh, I hope you enjoy that, because I very much did.
Oh, Steer. Okay, I mean, listen, I'm happy that it's giving you a tutorial here, and I'm happy that it's running you through the paces. But, you know, Steer really should be...
I mean, you can't be too careful, right? Some folks...
You're right.
Maybe this is the first game someone has ever tried to play. They're like, yo, the look and the feel, the art of this is so wonderful. I hate video games until just this second. Let me see what this would be about.
Sure. Okay, that's fair. What is it? What I'm a controller? What is even that? I have a TV controller.
Right, like think about how odd it would be to have one of these placed in your hand for like the first time ever.
Oh yeah,
like this,
absolutely.
This is not a inherently intuitive control mechanism. We just have tons of stored knowledge.
Correct. We've been, you know, at least like for myself, I have been holding something very similar to that for the past 35 years.
Yeah.
Right? So I get it. You're right. Always err on the side of people not knowing anything. Ooh, oh, you get a little...
Good rule of thumb when you're making big stuff for others.
Like, you know what? It's so simple, but I dig that gliding animation. Just like your wings,
like just opens up a little bit, like a little butterfly, a little.
Oh, I dig that.
A little dung beetle.
I dig that. I do like a dung beetle. I do like it. Okay, so yeah, my big question is like, is there going to be tracks? Is this like endless? Is this like procedural? You know,
okay,
what do we know? What do we know about the game?
We are playing the demo. I put some time into it yesterday just to make sure I had a grasp on what I was going to be doing here.
Fair.
So it is track based. Everything that I've played, or at least everything that's available in the demo, is point to point. So like it's a start and a finish. It's not like lapped races.
Oh, okay.
And it does seem to focus on time trials. So as you could see, like around me and at the very end there's like all these like kind of blue ghosts that are like on the track with you. Once we get to the pathways, as they call them, they call each track a pathway, and they're hosted by, like, they're kind of hosts of each pathway. They're like themed, or I think like this person here, I think Fuente is how we're pronouncing this.
Yeah, I like it.
Fuente is the one who, like, it's called Fuente's Domain, right? So like these are Fuente's sets of tracks, and Fuente will join the race as a ghost after you've at least completed like one lap.
Gotcha. And so then, like, if we were to put this in like a boss sort of terms, you want to eventually beat Fuente at their own track.
But again, like this is a chill environment, right? So like Fuente's not here to beat you. Fuente's here to encourage you to be better.
Oh fuck! So it's going hope punk.
Hope punk. I like that.
That's a thing. That is a genuine thing.
I've not heard that term before, but I like it a lot.
Oh yeah. No, I'm something I bang on a lot about is aggressive optimism. It's just like, I'm gonna cheer you on, and I'm gonna encourage both of us to be the best us, and I'm gonna do it with attitude.
Yes, you see how Sarah has explained it. Fuente's Domain is a haven for the novice, and Fuente is an excellent teacher, not like a rival or a like following Fuente's example by them being in front of you or as a ghost is teaching you, right? Like everything's just framed in this, and like look at this thing's face. Even like this dude sort of looks like a cross between Loki and Thanos, but it's like a sleepy one, like a really chill.
Well, oh, and you know what? You say sleepy. I saw that as him like almost bowing towards you, as if he's like, you know, like that very
like,
show
I
of respect,
to you,
right?
Yes.
Hope. I said hope punk, not ho punk. Ho punk is a very different thing that I'm also into.
Wow.
But hope punk, which I believe is a genre very similar to kind of like solar punk, which I have just found as a genre.
There's a lot of punks. Yeah, like
There's
Nine
a
Souls
lot
that
of
was just
punks.
brought up is, and I'm gonna try to say this properly because a couple of folks were getting at me in the comments on my
Yeah.
pronunciation of Tao, but I am an English speaker. Apparently, it's pronounced that Tao.
Oh,
Like it's
I've always pronounced it how you first pronounced it, so I have no
yeah. I
idea.
mean, like I see Tao and I say it that way, but folks were trying
Ow.
to explain to me, some nicer than others, but they were trying to explain to me that it's sort of like a D sound,
Dowel.
but it's pronounced almost like a T, like a T in the middle of a word, like
Oh, sure.
weather or something like that. So like
Thou.
yeah, like thou. Like it's almost as
Thou.
if a T is ending and a D is starting.
So it's like a th, but you cut off the h. Thou. Our tongues
I don't know.
in English don't work like that, and I do
Yeah.
apologize.
Like
Yeah.
yeah, it's a new pronunciation for me. But
Yeah.
I will try. Like that's the thing. I don't want to try so hard to say it that that I'm butchering it worse than if I'm just saying it in my American accent, right? Like I feel like you
100%.
need to account for that. But I understand like a really bad Americanized translation of something can just be like an earworm to other people. So like I do try to take that into consideration. So yeah, they're telling me now ghosts won't appear until I've run the pathway at least once. There's no countdown, mind you. So like as soon as I hit accelerate, I get like a little quick little 1, 2, 3, and I'm off. So like just all the things that generally create like apprehension or pressure, they've seemed to kind of do away with in favor of keeping things chill. Right, our introductory track, not super long, but the challenge isn't from well, one of the challenges is memorizing a track in any racing game, right? Oh no, did Jack freeze? Oh no, looks like Jack is frozen. You guys can all still hear me, right? Looks like the stream is still live. I use the meditate by myself, but now in tune with the universe. Okay, yeah, stream's still live. Jack popped out. It's gonna break our cameras for a little bit, but I suspect he'll be back soon. That sort of thing happens. There's not a ton I can do with the cameras as is because I can't like share a second thing. But we can keep going. Like we can, in the meantime, like the call's open. Jack can jump back in whenever he's ready. But the game is letting us know we've completed, a course, and it's encouraging you. They say you get a link with the pathway, and I think I like that. It's a fun way of describing like your familiarity with the track. And the more times you beat yourself, the higher that link grows. So I might have, depending on how good I was this first time, I might have made it more difficult for me to to complete my link with this track. And here's Fuente saying, I've chosen a ghost that I think is within your ability to beat. Run the pathway again and see how you match up to it. So yeah, Fuente is sending ghosts that I think are like a little faster than my time for me to go up against. But I also have my ghost, so now it's a 3-person race. Marty says, if Jack's computer/internet is dead, I can hop on. Yeah, I guess let me know. Like, let me know what you guys want me to do, if I'm gonna pop into one or the other. Oh, okay, looks like a power outage. All right, let's see if we can swap Marty in then for a quick second. Just gonna add Marty to this call. All right, you guys can still hear me, but I know the what's the name is gonna be weird for the time being. Boom. All right, there's Marty popping in. We're going to get the game back up there so that cameras look the way they're supposed to.
I'm here.
Boom. We did it.
Let me tell you, I got out of the shower about 65 seconds ago.
All right, the names are wrong again, as you can imagine.
That's fine. That is
but they even switched places, so...
Great. Listen, as someone who has suffered the woes of power outages, I just hope Jack's power isn't out for 72 hours, like mine was.
Yeah, God, that's rough.
That should be illegal. I don't know who to blame. I want to blame someone, though.
Ted Cruz.
Blame... From the great state of Wisconsin.
Blame that man. But yeah, so we're back up and running. Hopefully Jack gets his power back soon. But welcome, Marty. Thanks for joining.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Notice. Were you
watching
watching the stream?
I was watching a little bit. Yeah, okay. I was watching a little bit. It looked great. I like the art style. I like you guys arguing over how to pronounce Tao and Dao.
So yeah, I'm racing both myself and a ghost that the domain owner has chosen. Both me and me are kind of kicking this ghost ass right now. So
I'm proud of
I'll
you.
Just say that.
I'm proud of you, and I'm proud of you.
All right, I'm not doing as hot as I did last round, though.
Listen. You just had to like deal with a national crisis, an energy crisis.
I hit the wall like 3 times here. I don't know how I was that much faster than my past self. What was I doing?
You've embraced the Taoism. Did you guys go over the super chat you talked? Pure Pyro brought up 9 souls.
I think if that was the first one, I do think Jack.
You know what? You're getting bonuses. Everything's wiped away now that I'm here. Rupert Schubert, just with $2 with a cool little face, and we appreciate it. Thank you, Rupert Schubert. Pure Pyro with the €2 with the €2. Thank you so much. I bought 9 souls on Casey's recommendation. I saw a lot of people saying they bought on your recommendation. You're a tastemaker. That's what you are.
Oh. Thanks that you guys trust in my taste, that you would take my recommendation.
I just get excited when we review a game that's cool and people are like, I trust you, and then they buy the game and then they're like, oh, it was actually good.
Right, because I don't know. I feel like I have a very good eye for that sort of thing. Like if a game trailer can show me gameplay,
sure,
like from just the look of it, I can with almost certainty, like not all the time, but most times I can say like that is a game for me. Like once I get hands on that myself, I'll have a great time with it. 1 second, let's see if we can get Jack back.
I'm talking to Jack right now. You worry about video game. I'll worry about Jack.
Okay,
how about that?
No problem. Yeah, you guys just let me know what to do. I'm just gonna race against myself.
You keep doing your hot races. And then Tommy Salty, 20 Polish Złoty, thank you so much. Guys, explain in detail how Adventurers and I's helped you grow as people. Well, Jack's not here anymore, and I feel like the Adventurers and I question would have been so nice for Jack.
I mean, you can hold it. Maybe Jack will.
Has Adventurers and I made you a better person? Has it made you grow as a person?
You know what? That's a really good question that I fear like we're not ready to answer yet. Like that question could be quite telling.
I mean, it's a kind of like communal story, like in terms of if you want to like break it down to like real world things, it's a kind of probably communal storytelling that you might not have done in the past, right?
Yeah.
I don't want to put words in your mouth, but I feel like it's like flexing a creative muscle that is very different than all of the other creative things we do.
That's true. I agree with that.
And yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Tommy. And Stereotypo with a $2 dono. Have you tried Trackmania? This is so much chiller. Have you played Trackmania now?
Yeah, we actually there was a short stint where I got like real into Trackmania, and it was mainly because it was just me and one other friend online who kept trying to beat each other on the leaderboards.
Oh, okay.
So like we got real invested on like one track in particular, just going back and forth. So yeah, and then there was a time I think we did a game night where we all played Trackmania back on the Escapists or something.
I remember that. Yeah.
And that didn't work so well for the group, but the game itself, I do think is a lot of fun. Like it's a really good racing game, which does have like some sort of the chill vibes that I'm getting from this, but nowhere near as chill focused.
Sure.
Like this game is all about
even the visuals, the sound, the characters who are talking to you. I kind of like that. And like you mentioned earlier in a racing game, even like the lack of the countdown, or you being in control of that is like a big departure from the usual 3, 2, 1. Let's shoot off the firing gun.
Right. Like I've done better on this track in the past, so this is just proof that streaming and splitting your attention is not good for like skill-based things. So I'm trying to at least like get to like silver on this before we move on to the next one.
See, it's a combination of that, and also you had to deal with the dreaded stream whoopsie daisy. A stream whoopsie daisy, I feel like that's like Chutes and Ladders, where it like sends you all the way back. And you're like, oh, what have I done? I don't know how to speak. I'm not listening to anything. I've been there. It's very, very stressful. Jack said, phone internet is strong. I can video or just voice to gibber. Your call. Well, you probably shouldn't video, because I don't trust phones that much.
Oh, like their aspect ratio or whatnot?
Well, yeah, and then, and if he would video, I would need to leave, and then if his thing goes again, then you're boned. I don't want to put you in Bone Town. As much as we love Bone Town around here, I just don't want to put you in Bone Town. We could try to have his voice join as some sort of a specter.
If it's just voice, then that will mess with the cameras. So
okay, I'm gonna tell him to get himself a nice late lunch. That's what I'm gonna tell him. Get himself a nice late lunch. And we'll be able to handle all these race cars.
All right, yeah, that might be for the best at this point. It sucks because like Jack and I were just talking about how long it's been since it was just me and him on a stream.
I know, it's the worst.
It's a cursed matchup, I guess. And look, I destroyed my last time, and Flinty says, I'm personally not surprised.
Also, Jack said, I already ate lunch. Now I kind of want to get him. I was going to tell him, can we try to get his voice in here?
I think we can get Jack's voice in here, and it shouldn't
let's try to get Jack's voice.
Yeah,
I don't need to type to him.
So
Jack, we're going to try to get your voice here.
Yeah, let's re-add Jack. 1 second.
Also, to our wonderful sponsors at Phantom Spark, blame the Milwaukee County Power Grid, and we promise this is gonna be so good. This is gonna be what a stream this is.
Create group when I want to just add someone.
Yeah, Discord's kind of a pain in the ass like that. You might have to
it's gonna make
kind of start a new channel with just the three of us.
Do that. So 1 second, the camera's gonna get borked again, but it'll be fine.
Bork.
Oh no, it didn't bork. It didn't bork the camera.
What happened? How did that happen?
All right, so Jack's on video now.
Jack, you can't be on video. Let's go.
Yeah, Jack, we need.
Sitting by my corn dogs. Oh, but you have to turn. I have to turn my video off.
Yeah, we need
Turn
video off so that we can hide your.
Okay.
That.
It was very nice to see your corn dogs.
Right, so now we have the ghost of Jack, which is perfectly fitting because we're racing all sorts of ghosts in this game.
Yeah.
Yes.
So this works. I'm a fan personally.
Jack, I'm sorry to hear that your power went.
Yeah, it's still out right now. Like everything.
The entire block is out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez.
As someone who experienced a 72-hour power outage a few weeks ago, I hope yours is much shorter than that.
It's close to 90 degrees in Milwaukee today, and so apparently everybody turned down their air conditioner at once. Yeah,
Milwaukee.
Yeah, those heat wave blackouts is all right. Now we all just wait to die, I guess. Those are so dangerous.
Yeah, we're just gonna boil. But I'm glad I can still be here. I was, as I heard you talking about, we were just talking about, we haven't streamed in so long. Oh, there's a nice chill. You know what this is? Dad stream. Oh, all right.
Oh, yeah.
But Marty, we're all.
Should I adopt? Do I need to adopt quickly?
After a certain number of amiibos,
I'm legally a father to Chibi Robo, Sora, and Donkey Kong.
Yes, that is true.
gonna go over a couple of super chats and a couple Twitch donos. I'm scrolling as far back. Lampy, apologies if I missed any before this, but the top one is Lampy with 100 bits. Just like Casey teaches you when he turns off all of the fun parts of Smash and wrecks you. That was about 20 minutes ago.
Oh dang!
You guys have different definitions of
Oh
fun.
dang!
You know what? It's okay. Phantom Spark teaches us that it's okay to do you.
I like that you're taking like genuine life lessons away from Phantom Spark. I think that's really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in short, Lampy, chill.
No. It's like Smash though in particular is really funny because my oldest is also a crazy Smash head like KC.
Yeah, I've
and
played
much. Yeah. And much like you, when it's video game time, all I hear is the clack, 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 clack of his damn controller. Like you in DC, all of us were playing Balatro, and Casey got out his Switch and just clack, 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 clack.
Sorry.
But it's really funny that Super Smash Brothers started off kind of in that Grand Nintendo fashion of sure, it's a fighting game, but we're gonna do that. What do you call that balancing when you're losing? You get more opportunities.
Rubber banding.
Yeah, where it's we have all these items here, so even if you're not necessarily good at fighting games,
is it not? I mean, there's negative and positive reinforcement, and then there's rubber banding is like the Mario Kart thing of we'll give last place all the items so they can get closer to first.
Yes,
like the negative.
Yeah, or
rewarding you for playing badly.
Correct, the negative feedback loop, and so Smash is kind of was in the similar vein of you can have all these superpowers, but then there are people like my oldest or like KC who say fuck that, this is all about skill and fighting.
Yeah.
Isn't that fun though, guys?
Yeah.
Are we?
Are
we not having fun when we can express our skill set? No.
I get genuinely no enjoyment out of finding out I'm better at something than someone else. I get nothing from that. If anything, I feel bad and I want to lose to other people.
What if you rather than
if it
thinking
means a lot to them, I want them to feel better.
This game is an excellent jumping off point for this exact topic, because what if you thought about it rather than getting better than someone else? What if you thought about it as getting better than you were before? It's not necessarily about beating opponents.
Sure.
Because for really good competitive games, even if I lose, I'm having fun. I'm not in a sour mood. I like that I was able to keep up. I like that it was a good match. Yeah. And I like that there's stuff that I can learn in order to improve. And when I do actually improve and can beat that person because that was a roadblock prior, I'm proud of myself. I'm not pointing a finger at them haha, you suck. They didn't suck. Because if they suck, that means I suck.
I feel like everyone's outlook on life can be connected to a Dragon Ball Z character, and that's a very Goku outlook. And I'm more of a Yajirobe, where I'm whatever gets me to that rice bowl faster. let me get to dinner.
I got a sword on my hip, but that's really just for show.
Yeah. Or I'm thinking Yamcha, where I'm I just want to do things to get the babes, and then the bad guy takes the babes away, and stuff goes downhill. So that's mostly how I would feel. Jack, do you consider yourself a competitive person?
Okay, in general, no. I'm not a competitive person, but I understand that sometimes you need to be competitive in order for it to be fun.
Sure.
You need to take for example, if you're playing any sort of board game or trivia game, and there's an element of competition, and you need to take that seriously in order for the fun to happen. And so I will acknowledge the competition and take it seriously, but at the end of the day, no, I do not care whether I win or lose or my team wins or loses.
But you are as you are a resident fan of the Souls-like games, which are notoriously difficult and which do have those moments of overcoming adversity, and I don't think any of us really play PvP in those games, and so it's mostly that adversity is overcoming the challenges of the game designers in the world and everything. And I think, I guess I get enjoyment out of that. I feel good when I beat a Souls boss, I guess. So maybe I'm a little more competitive.
Oh yeah, no, and even in Smash Bros. And Casey, you can probably speak to more of this than I can because I just look on at what my oldest does. But he was trying to learn there was like a specific combination for one character. And if you do this combination, it can do an insane amount of damage. I think it was the Tekken guy, the Matsu.
Oh, Kazuya.
Him?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a
and there's this
broken.
like, if you input the right button combination with using the exact right timing, you can do this like crazy 30-second long combo that will annihilate everyone. And he spent a good couple of hours like watching YouTube videos, like practicing, tutorializing, like really like it's a learning thing, and it's also like that like love of trying something new, right?
Yeah, it's self-improvement, right? But in like
there we go.
It's self-improvement that you have like a tangible connection to, because you're controlling an avatar, and the avatar is like the expression of the improvement.
Yeah, so like in Souls,
self-improvement, that's good. Yeah.
And like you get the rocks and you upgrade your weapons and you learn the move patterns and you bash your head against the wall in Souls games, where it's more tangible in a Souls game because you're leveling up. Whereas in something like Smash Brothers or a racing game, all you have is the things you learned along the way.
Yeah, and it's the other things to compare yourself to, which in some cases are other players, right? Like that; those are your benchmarks.
And I do like in here, it is like you said, past versions of yourself, where it's the same thing. Like if you're decide like I really want to work out and get in shape, you are. Instead of setting a bar of someone else, you set a bar of like, oh, I feel better than I did a month ago, or I can lift more than I could I had Christmas time last year, like that kind of thing.
Exactly. And you don't point at your old self and laugh.
What if this stream is a turning point for all of us? What if we point back to June 13th, 2024, the Phantom Spark sponsored stream as the moment where that's where our road to awe began.
Maybe. I think that is like a very fascinating aspect of this game, is like I was saying earlier, that hope punk aspect where normally, and there are people, especially of an older generation, I will say, there are people who lock on to the idea of a competition. I want to be better. Mm-hmm. And as the generations go on, us included in younger generations, we don't necessarily care about that as much, and so they want that feeling of competition without an actual winner or loser. So I think that they're taking this from a very interesting angle.
Now I just want a podcast that's just second wind elders, and it's just the older crop of us trying to bestow a bit of life advice on some of our younger friends and colleagues, seeing if anything will stick. Don't listen to anything I say. Honestly, don't listen to anything I say. Anyone out there?
Yeah, you should take our advice as what we are, which is goof and spoof commentators on a podcast-like thing. Don't listen to anyone on a goof and spoof podcast-like thing.
Unless you're listening to Casey for advice on how to beat past versions of yourself in Phantom Spark.
Oh, okay, there you go.
In which case, Casey's doing great. I'm going to go over.
Have you seen the screen?
I'm going to go over a couple of super chats. We didn't. Maybe some people are just listening to this and they don't know that, Casey. They don't know that you're not doing great. We're going to go over.
You're doing great.
Let's catch up on some super chats and some biddies. Over in Twitch, Lampy with 100 bits, going back to 9 Souls. 9 Souls has an easy, has a Marty mode, such an extensive one that you can set the damage you receive down to 1%. Casey, is that true?
Yeah, that is true. I've not used it, but that's a good way to mitigate like your frustration, because you might want to get all of the experience, but then like give yourself a chance to make more mistakes, because these sorts of games can be super punishing. To like just one missed input somewhere.
To spoil, I have a bite-sized review that'll be going up next week for Mini Shoot Adventures, which is a game that came out a few months ago that I've been banging the drum for. That's the one that plays like a Geometry Wars top-down twin-stick shooter, but has the sort of open world and progression of an old-school Zelda game. I really enjoyed the game.
Yes!
Some of the bosses by the end, tough as nails. It turns into like bullet hell. finished the game. You know, one of the bosses took me a ton of tries. And then earlier today, I went to capture footage for the review. And I just noticed that there were modes, and I was just playing on normal, and I could have just played on an easy mode at those bosses. And part of me was upset of like, I could have saved myself a lot of trouble. But then part of me was like, well, I did overcome it, I guess. So
Yeah, that's a good feeling.
I don't know. I think I still would have liked a nice little easy mode, if I'm being honest. I think
Like my apprehension with, especially when I'm doing reviews with messing with easy modes, is that I'm missing something that the dev intended me to experience.
Sure.
So like that's really my biggest hang up. It's not because I love to save time as well.
Yeah.
Like I love the idea of not wasting a ton of my time, but like if that's the core experience, and then by the end of it, I feel like I wasted my time, I think that's important to the review.
Yeah.
Versus like, I spent a ton of time, but after I beat it, I felt elation. I was like, yes, finally, that was fun. Like, I think that's important. Like, if I feel like I might run the risk of skipping over that nuance if I'm not playing at whatever the base thing is.
Yeah.
But that's like one of the pillars of the should there be difficulty sliders in games arguments, right?
And it's also specific to the person, right? So I know myself that if a game doesn't push back enough, like that's a thing that will cause me to lose interest in it. So like, I'll usually err on harder rather than easier. Sure. If it's so hard that I do have to bump it down, like I'll frown upon it because like, no, I like challenge, and this is bumming me out.
I know I picked the difficulty, but you're doing the difficulty wrong. That's what you say, Casey, and I don't like that.
A couple more bits. Lampy with 100 bits with a very good observation. Well done on adding the one other person at Second Wind who is most likely to have the same power problems as Jack right now. We're on different grids. Madison and Milwaukee are like an hour apart. We're on different grids.
Yeah.
Fine.
If both Madison and Milwaukee are down, there's a much larger problem.
There's we got a lot of problems here. War with the and then
right.
Sir George Lucas with 100 bits. Tell me, how do I deal with this heat wave? Oh, ice? Drink some cool liquids? Put some fans on?
Shade, right? Shade is your friend. Any sort of shade is your friend.
Shave?
Also, shade.
That could help.
Get that hair off you.
Yeah.
Shade and any sort of breeze that you can get, my friend, and then just get as naked as you can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know back in the day, when my dad was growing up in Chicago, he always used to say during heat waves they would just go to the movie theater and just watch movies for 12 hours because that was like one of the few things that had guaranteed AC. Like movie theaters were like the first place to get AC. I'm like, that sounds nice. Go to a movie. Go see the hit film Furiosa or the hit film Bad Boys 4.
Yeah.
A lot of
Is it gold?
Did you get gold?
Bad Boys?
Good, I'm happy for you.
No, he's talking about the game, not Bad
I
Boys.
thought we were talking about Bad Boys.
Bad Boys. We'll say Bad Boys
excited.
is gold.
Bad Boys is gold. Listen, did you see that awesome behind the scenes footage of Will Smith operating his weird
the camera
first person shooter camera?
That looks so cool.
Fuck yeah. That's filmmaking right there. That's beautiful.
Yeah, I want to go see that. That sounds like a good time.
Only if Will Smith's in my theater, though, because he surprised people in one theater, I believe, in Miami. So I'm assuming he's also going to be in the Madison, Wisconsin, the east side of
You never know.
The Palace Cinema. He'll be there.
Anyway, he's got the capability.
He does. He probably has
true.
access to various vehicles that could get him all sorts of places faster than most of us.
Right.
Yeah,
that's true. And it's not like he has, Jada to worry about or anything. So he's got free time.
No, he doesn't. They're in love, Jack. They're in love. It's fine. Don't dig into it. Okay, I'm going to go back to Tommy's 25 Zwoti from earlier, now that you are here. Said, guys, explain in detail how Adventurous Nye has helped you grow as people. And then, Jack, please explain lol fuck my cock, because yesterday someone took me for a degenerate. I probably shouldn't have read that second. Jack, how has Adventurous Nye made you better?
I don't know what to make of
what's going on with the second part.
How has Adventures Night made me better as a person? It has becoming, I guess like I am now in the level of professional dungeon master, right?
Sure, yeah.
Because part of my salary is for dungeon mastering Adventurers Nigh, and especially.
I'm sorry.
Don't make that noise, Casey.
No.
It's an
No, that
empowerment.
noise
Wow.
was for the game. That noise wasn't at you. That was a game noise. It was not
I'm sorry.
a you noise.
I know. That was. I understand. That was my bit. Especially those early days where we were playing on Zoom, the patience required to kind of like deal with Zoom lag and like get this game off the ground. I'm going to say that it has definitely elevated my patience level. With all the zooming and DMing. So that's how it has helped me as a person. Casey, how has Adventures Nigh helped you as a person?
He said it made it when you were off. He said it made him worse. Oh no, he didn't say that.
That's really funny though. That would have been a good bit if I had said that. But no, I honestly, when I heard the question, it made me think really hard, and now it's making me feel like, oh, that might be a spoiler.
Oh, fair.
Yeah, so I
a season.
It's like
season 4.
I don't even understand what that means.
Right? Yeah, you shouldn't. Thank you.
That sounds great.
I'm glad.
That sounds great. All I've watched, in my opinion, there's only one episode of Adventures Nigh, and it is episode 0 of the remaster. And that's the only episode that matters to me.
Is that the first episode you watched?
Oh, there you go.
No, that's just the one that's available right now that everyone should watch. And then this weekend, episode 1 will be available.
Double check.
I've watched several episodes.
Yeah.
Because I would believe that you haven't watched any Adventures Nigh, even though you've been in them.
I will be honest, I haven't watched all of it. I'm waiting for it to be done.
Yeah. So you can
watch
binge
all
it
my
like you
streams?
can
Just gonna binge them all.
Did you guys watch me play all of Final Fantasy VII? No. I don't know why I'm getting defensive. And then, Jack, you were going to explain LOL FMC, I believe?
LOL, fuck my cock. Okay, so now that was a previously recorded joke back when Rich and I were doing previously recorded live. LOL, fuck my cock was a running gag. I no longer remember the context.
Oh, there you go.
That's great.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah.
I don't understand the context behind it anymore, so I cannot help you as far as what it meant. It was something we said often, and I don't know why anymore. That was several years ago.
Sometimes
That's all I got.
Sometimes we just need to let a beautiful thing like that just exist as is. No context needed. If you get too much context, that's how you get midichlorians. That's how you get Sheev, Palpatine, and his clones. So sometimes it's just way better not to have context.
That's how you get a yaddle, and nobody likes yaddle.
Counterpoint. There's a couple freaky deakies out there who like their yaddle. Casey, do you know about yaddle?
Yeah, ain't that Lady Yoda?
That's Lady Yoda. Yeah.
That's
What was her deal?
Yeah.
She showed up like once and never again?
Yeah, basically. She was on
the Jedi Council.
She was on the Jedi Council, and
should
then
be a big deal.
Now she probably got killed with all those other guys, with all the other ones in Order 66. It was probably a very sad death. R.I.P. Yaddle.
Did they explain? I might have seen this in all the Star Wars that I've watched and just don't remember. But did they explain how Yoda didn't get caught up in all that?
Yeah, in Revenge of the Sith. It's like a major plot point in the film.
Yeah, I don't remember.
The climax of the movie is literally him escaping and going to Dagobah.
Yeah, but like at the end of the day, also like while it was a major plot point of the film, it was also very hand wavy.
Sure.
A Wookiee took him there. Okay, great. Like,
oh, was it Chewbacca? Yeah, it was probably Chewbacca. Yeah,
it's probably Chewbacca or whatever. Nothing matters. Yeah, fine.
Yeah, I don't know why I was so incredulous at that. I just have like a weird well of Star Wars knowledge that I want to go away, and I don't know how to get it to go away. Yeah.
And I'm sorry, like I can't talk about the game because I can't watch it.
Sure.
So I hate to be off topic, but I have never felt happier in my life than when I decided not to care about Star Wars anymore.
Sure.
And I just stopped watching, and I stopped paying attention to anything. I haven't watched a Star Wars since like season 2 of The Mandalorian. I haven't watched a single thing, even the ones that they say are good, because I stopped caring. And it's so beautiful, man. It's just beautiful. It's a wonderful life.
Something I could stop caring about that would do that for me.
What if you stop caring about? Oh yeah, I guess. Do you have like? Is there anything that like? Do you have like a toxic relationship with any of your hobbies?
Oh yeah.
Is your relationship with Smash positive? You think?
I think it's positive.
It seems like it. You're not like breaking
for the
controllers.
Yeah, not for the controllers I use. It's not positive, but for me it is.
Is there a like
beat me from behind at the last second?
Oh,
congrats to you! Congrats to past you.
Oh yeah,
is that me who beat me?
Like at the very last second, I just crossed the line before myself. I thought I was gonna beat my time.
Classic me who beat me. Come more super chats. Stereotypo with a $2 dono. Have you tried Trackmania? This is so much chiller.
I think we did
Trackmania.
Oh, we did read that one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and then Jack came back. Gotcha. This game is very chill. And then Fungus Finder with a $2 dono. Friendship with Jack over. Marty is Casey's new BFF. Well, Jack's back now, so I understood that was a good move a little while ago, but now it's rough. Eric,
double
BFF. Double BFF.
Can't have too many BFF.
That's true.
I mean, I feel like you can have one, right? And then there'd be like a silver medal BFF and a bronze medal BFF. No, I don't like that. No. There could be several.
Yeah, what is this?
How many is
You
too
don't
many?
Don't rank your friendships.
How many BFFs is too many BFFs, though? If someone's like, I have 20 BFFs, doesn't that seem a little
Yeah, it seems disingenuous.
That's too many. That's too many. I think like anywhere within the realm of 5 to 10 is the limit.
If it could be an adventuring party in an RPG, it's fine. If it gets to like that dozen range, then it's a little.
Exactly. And it's like you talk to that many people that regularly. I doubt that.
Yeah,
because we all have jobs.
What is that called? Like a free company?
we don't trust you. Like a merchant, like
a guild.
Yeah, you're like a guild.
Oh, sure.
You can't be best friends with every member of a guild. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like the barista is best friends with all of the people who buy coffee from them. Yeah, no. We know how that works. I get it.
We know how that works. Yeah. Eric with 100 says, thank you so much. Jacked Jack, power jacked up from jumping Jack, so his Jack socket got too jacked and left. At least Marty jacks up to replace Jack in stream, so I hope the views will be jacked upwards. I tried, he said at the end.
What
you know what? Well, you tried. You tried using the word Jack as much as you could. And let me tell you,
is that like a secret challenge that we should all be aspiring to? Why did that happen?
You didn't realize there's sub goals of every stream we do, and you don't realize it because usually on the stream.
And Eric just won.
Yeah, and Eric just won. So congratulations, Eric.
Damn, Eric.
Lampy with another 100 bits. Oh no, that wasn't Lampy. No. It might actually be Lampy. Lampy with another 100 bits. Thank you so much. Sorry, Casey and Marty and Jack can't join the stream today. They've ascended to a higher plane of existence. This is from a while ago, but we did. When all the cameras are messed up, we did ascend to a higher plane of existence. And then George Lucas with 100 bits said, I heard Jack bought all copies of classic Kingsfield games. How can we get him to stream those? I want to see him.
I'm pretty sure.
Is that true? Did you
back
do that,
when
Jack?
Jack had his series, that was one of the games Jack streamed.
Oh,
I was gonna say I did stream one. I streamed Kingsfield, technically Kingsfield 2, but it came to America as Kingsfield 1. Way back in the day, like a PlayStation 1 or 2 game, I forget what it was. I mean, obviously, I only streamed a couple of hours of it, and no, it controls like a first-person PlayStation 1 game. It's terrible. It's absolutely terrible to play.
It's a bad combination. You can respect something from a distance and be like, oh, look at From Software's roots, while at the same time being like, well, I don't want to play this. I don't want to play this at all. Like, I don't want to watch Steven Spielberg's college movies. Well, I probably do want to watch those.
Yeah,
he kind of came out of the womb making bangers, so maybe that was a bad example.
Right. No, they have like there are plenty of videos out there. People like exploring and running through Kingsfield. Iron Pineapple has a really good one. There's even challenge runners that do Kingsfield challenge runs. Like, man, there's so much good. You don't need me doing that. Yeah, I'll just play the ones that are modern and functional
and playable. Yeah.
Yeah.
CSI Freak with 100 bits. Thank you so much, Marty. You missed my previous message. The message did not exist when I opened up Twitch at the last minute, so please send it again. You do not need to. You do not need to pay money, but I will read it. I promise you. And George Lucas with 100 bits. Honest question: did you cry when Darth Maul stabbed Qui-Gon through the damn chest? I did not, because it was spoiled for me because I'd bought the CD a month beforehand, and one of the tracks is called Qui-Gon's Funeral Pyre, and that spoiled that he died.
Yes.
And so they shouldn't have done it.
Yeah, I was not that invested in the fight to cry when that happened.
No,
Right,
I was not invested in Qui-Gon or the fight. Like, how can a fight that was a ballet dance more than a fight? There was no emotions to be had there.
Great soundtrack though.
Well, there's a lot of wonderful ballet that causes emotion. So maybe that's it. Yeah. And then CSI Freak's message was, I watched the shark movie you recommended yesterday, Marty. The dubbing, oh dear. The ending, as you would say, hachi machi, so cool. Jack, have you heard of this movie Under Paris?
Yes, where sharks are in the canals.
Yeah, it is excellent.
Yeah.
It's the #2 most watched movie on Netflix right now. It is legitimately, it's not like a goof movie like Sharknado. Like, they're trying to earnestly kind of do like French Jaws to the point where it's just kind of stealing from Jaws. But it is clearly filmed in France, and it's filmed on like 16K cameras, so it's very pretty. And B, it has the most like the last 5 to 10 minutes and what happens at the end is the most out of left field insane thing you can imagine. So highly recommend checking out Under Paris on Netflix so that we can all be there when the Under Paris cinematic universe begins.
Love it.
Talked about that because I was kind of hyped to sit down and watch that.
Great. Oh, it's great. Wait till you get to the ending. Jaw on the floor. Beastmarch with a $2 dono. Now I'm back on YouTube. Hooray for Marty, the Marathon Man of Second Wind. You ever see the movie Marathon Man?
Was that Robin Williams joint?
No, Marathon Man was Dustin Hoffman.
I'm thinking of
Marathon Man.
You're absolutely thinking of Bicentennial Man.
You were. I believe Marathon Man is the one where Dustin Hoffman is like works for the CIA and all the other spies die. Is that Marathon Man?
No, you're thinking of the Parallax View?
Or is that... I'm thinking of Day of the Condor.
You're thinking of Day of the Condor. Marathon Man
I have no idea.
He gets tortured by dentistry in it.
Those damn dentists. They're at it again.
I'm going to be honest. That's why I get worried when I go to the dentist. I'm like, and I believe he keeps saying, is it safe? Is it safe? As he's torturing him. And he's like, I don't know why you're doing this. Stop taking my teeth out. They don't need to be taken out. Shout to Marathon Man.
But what is
$2
the premise? What is the premise of Marathon Man?
I believe it's mistaken identity. Unless I'm just completely thinking of a different movie. No, American thriller. He's a graduate student who becomes embroiled in a plot by a Nazi war criminal named Christian Schnell to retrieve ill-gotten diamonds from a safety deposit box owned by Schnell's dead brother. He becomes unwittingly involved due to his brother Doc's dealings. So it's a man who gets unwittingly embroiled in a Nazi diamond scheme. I guess it's more than a scheme. It's
unwittingly involved in.
That's why you shouldn't have siblings.
Like, you'd almost
my
never...
brother's great.
Like, did he... Maybe spoilers for the movie, but did he ever figure out what the hell was going on? Because I feel like that's the sort of thing I'd be like, I don't know why this happened to me.
I think
I would just never know.
I think by the end he pieced a couple things together. By like the fourth tooth the Nazi doctor pulled out. It just takes him a little while. Brad with a $2 dono, and again, apologies that these are from a little bit ago. When Jack talks, Marty should move his mouth in sync. This was when you just got on. That would have been good, like a little ventriloquist thing. We could have done that.
Ooh.
That was a nice little bit. Say that. We'll back pocket that for next time. Denmark with a $5 dono. Stream idea: make your kids play games against each other while the dads talk about lawnmowers and woodworking. Two things I know you guys love: a good mower and a nice woodworking.
Legit, I am into woodworking. I don't do it a lot, but I do like woodworking. I hate lawnmowers in general.
Oh, I like
Casey?
mowing my lawn. I think mowing my lawn is therapeutic.
Yeah,
Really?
I don't have
Yeah.
a good
Like-
lawnmower. Like I have a weed whacker, which is not a lawnmower, and I've mowed my entire lawn using a weed whacker, which sucks.
Oh, don't do that. What's going on there?
So I've hired people to come do it. Greatest decision I've ever made.
No.
I
That's cheating.
love-
That's items and smash.
I love
your
when they
items and
come and cut
smashing
my
your lawn. Our next funding goal is going to get Casey like a nice mower. It doesn't have to be a sit down.
Yeah.
Just like
yeah,
one
I don't
that
have
like
that. I'm using a weed whacker, so clearly I'm doing it wrong.
Yeah.
yeah.
But like I don't have a place for like a big full size mower to like sit around my house. I would not want to like drag that inside and like get it into the basement.
Put in the room behind you. But have a part of your streamer set up.
Yeah, I don't have the space for it. I need I either need to build or like buy some sort of like outdoor shack thingy that
Yeah.
I can put stuff in, or I need a new house. So whichever comes first.
When you said outdoor shack, I was thinking of outdoor Shaquille O'Neal. Like, oh, I have an indoor Shaquille O'Neal and an outdoor Shaquille O'Neal.
Let's be real. Most shacks are probably outdoor shacks. He's too big.
He's too big. He's too big.
He's just such
Probably
a
don't
big
have- your roof's not high enough. Okay, well, Jack likes woodworking, so Jack can woodwork a shed of some sorts.
Sure.
That'd be awesome. I would fully accept a woodworked shed from Jack.
In a perfect world for me, this is the absolute truth. I would rip up my entire yard and put like rocks or something in front.
Oh, wow.
Like
That's becoming
like
a thing.
that's great. I would just plant wildflowers and rocks. I hate grass. I think lawns are one of the stupidest things ever to be invented. So that is my hot take on lawns.
I wasn't expecting.
Brave.
When I hopped on to fill in, I wasn't expecting A, you to come back, or B, to have a lawn hot take. But here we are. All right, jamming through some more super chats. Beast March with a $2 dono. Gentlemen, did you see Bad Boys 4 yet? We ended up getting to that. None of us have seen it, but I think we're all. I'm pro Bad Boys. I like when they get in trouble, and the directors of 3 and 4. I like that pair. That pair is wild. They did some episodes of Miss Marvel that were really good. So I'm behind them.
I think 3 to me was a bit of a down curve from 2. I think Bad Boys 2 is phenomenal, but it's still Bad Boys. It's a series I really enjoy, so I hope they keep up the crazy.
I don't think I've seen 3 now that you bring it up.
Came out, I believe, right at the beginning of the pandemic. It was like the highest grossing movie of 2020 because it came out in like February of 2020, I believe. So it was right. I came in under the wire. People saw it in theaters, and then they said no more movie theaters.
Yep.
I blame that and Sonic the Hedgehog, the 2 movies I saw. I believe the 2 movies I saw last before the pandemic. So I don't know whose fault it is. It's probably Sonic's fault.
Probably Sonic's, yeah.
You have to blame the pandemic on one movie character from 2020. It's probably Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah, not James Marsden, but Sonic specifically.
Not James Marsden. He's delightful.
Yeah.
All right, we're coming up on the end of the stream, but I just beat my ghost and Fuente's ghost, and he says, you surpassed me. Good. This is temporary, though. Is he getting salty?
Oh, no. Now, it sounds like they're saying, like, I'm going to now try to improve myself.
Okay, right.
Oh, that's good.
I thought it might have been a little bit of shade, but
Maybe like a friendly rivalry, like a Goku Piccolo, if we're talking Dragon Ball.
You surpassed me. Good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get you back though. I like that.
Yeah.
A couple more super chats. Fungus Finder with a $2 dono. Thank you so much. We need Ghost Jack more often. Adds the je ne sais quoi. That's a little French. Ghost Jack is the je ne sais quoi of streams.
I still
And
haven't
then
cracked gold on this yet.
SVS Guru with a €5 dono. I do remember that the alien doesn't have eyesight.
What?
The alien doesn't have eyesight.
Yes. There.
Is that in a reference to something?
That is another. No, nothing we said earlier. That is a. That is again a previously recorded bit
someone we did a review of Alien Isolation, like an actual like sit down review for Alien Isolation. Neither of us cared for it. And someone left a very angry comment in something that is arguably English. And we loved the comment so much that we had Rich do a dramatic reading of the comment on the review. Yeah. And that was a really fun one to record.
Turns out not liking Alien Isolation, which I also do not like it. I think the game is like 10 times longer than it needs to be. But when I was at IGN, I wasn't the one who reviewed it, but my colleague Ryan McCaffrey did, and he gave it like a 6.5 out of 10 or something. And he said pretty much the same thing. And that was for years the most hated review at IGN, and people still point to it of they don't know how to review games because of that. So I just imagine the Alien Doesn't Have Eyesight man was going around to several
and like obviously like now like Alien Isolation is considered like, oh, this is a great horror game.
Yeah.
Like, I just do not understand it, but that's fine. We can all like different things.
Games aren't for everyone. Listen, if anything is
in the first couple hours, they're not remembering that.
Exactly. Sral Racer with a €6 dono. Thank you so much. Thanks for recommending Tiny Terry to me, Marty. Realizing all town names were slightly vulgar Dutch words was quite fun. Glad you're liking that too. Yeah, that game has a nice like sort of Nickelodeon Adult Swim sense of humor to it, to where it's like it's a game for kids, but it's got a little bit of like there's some freaky deaconess going on in this world, which I like. Always like a world with freaky deaconess. Clearwater with a €5 dono. Thank you so much. Greetings from the Phantom Spark community. Hope you're all enjoying the demo. This game gets a 10 out of 10 in oh no, you said you were and then you weren't. No, what happened?
I was doing so well. I let go to trigger like for slightly longer than I should have, and then I caught up with myself. I was doing so well.
All I can say is this game is goddamn gorgeous. I love just watching this. Like this is like I want like the lady in her notebook, and you get lo-fi beats to study to. I just want this in the background.
It really puts you in the zone to like just lock in and improve at playing it. Like just real chill, like no frills, like you're not banging into other cars like in some of the other like zero G races, whatever. I'm a fan. I want to see a lot more. There's only 3 tracks in the demo, which we raced ad nauseum. I have not hit gold in any of them, so that's still something to achieve. But
you gotta get better.
Yeah, I mean that's what we're here for. Yeah,
get better.
Exactly.
But yeah,
you want to bring the last few super chats?
Yeah, let's knock them out.
Yeah. Brad with a $2 donor. My favorite Robin Williams film is The Lawnmower Man.
Wait a minute.
Also, that was before we started talking about lawnmowers, so that was sort of like that was the gift I kept on giving. So thank you very much for that. Max Ko with a $5 dono. Casey, have you watched the Baki versus Kengan Asura crossover yet?
No, but I will. That is on the docket. Those are 2 really dumb like macho fight animes that have nothing to do with each other, but pretty much have the exact same premise, and they somehow got them to cross over. So like, I need to see what that looks like.
We love our sweet buff boys. Speaking of anime, Lampy with 100 bits over in Twitch. Marty and possibly Jack, did you finish Delicious in Dungeon yet? No, I did not, but I watched one more episode since the last time you asked me. So I believe I've watched 13 of the episodes. Jack, have you finished Delicious in Dungeon yet?
You know what? And I just realized that today is Thursday. I am caught up, but I haven't watched today's episode.
Yeah, I believe it's the finale, the final.
Oh, well, shit. No, and I'll tell you why I haven't been caught up is because once again I'm going to blame my oldest, and here's a little treat to kind of get as we get close to ending the stream. My oldest has been getting really into evangelical.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Christians.
Into Neon Genesis Evangelical.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Evangelion.
That makes more sense.
And you know what? It's like the thing, I have a couple animes that I'll watch with my youngest, and my oldest started watching this one, and that show is fucking intense.
It's so good. I just did a rewatch. Like that show is harrowing. Like
it is.
That show is harrowing.
It goes so much harder than like I get it. I understand why people are so into this. Yeah.
Also,
but
that's
why
one of
I
the top
have
5 anime intro songs ever.
Yeah. The Cruel Angel's Thesis.
It's amazing.
Yeah. Also, when I watched it as a teenager, I was like, I'm Shinji. When I watched it in my 20s, I was like, I think I'm like Asuka. And then when I watched it in my 30s, I'm like, no, I'm Misato. That's who I am. I'm Shinji's caretaker, Katsuragi, who's like, I need to pretend to be an adult, but all I want to do is drink beers and hang out with my penguin at home. And then last 2 super chats. We're cut off after that. George Lucas with 100 bits. Tell me this: are you pro Beverly Hills Cop? I loved all 3 of them, but later learned that people hate the 3rd film. I'm pro Beverly Hills Cop 1 and 2, not pro Beverly Hills Cop 3.
I don't remember the 3rd one, but I am pro Beverly Hills Cop.
Yeah, so there's a new one coming.
Yeah, I know there's a new one coming. I don't know. I probably watched the 3rd one. I don't remember it though.
Yeah, the 3rd one gets a little goofy. I mean, I'm pro all 3 Beverly Hills Cop, and the 3rd one, it's like we will allow it because the first 2 were so good.
Sure.
But we've seen what Coming to America was, the second Coming to America movie.
Yeah.
This new Beverly Hills Cop is going to not exist the same way Coming to America doesn't exist. So
that's a very good point. And then the last one by Azure Windress with a $20 dono over on YouTube. Thank you so much. Hello, wonderful people. Starting a new D&D campaign as a DM. Any advice for getting players more immersed in their world? Jack, take us out on that one. That's all you.
Absolutely. I'll give you the advice that I used with the Adventure is Nigh crew, which is have them give you bits of their backstory. Have them come up with bits of their world, bits of their character that you can then start folding into the game. They will get really invested if, for example, their ex-girlfriend shows up. They will get really invested.
True.
If,
good point.
Right? Like, if something they gave you in a backstory shows up in little ways, they'll like, oh wait, now I can help write this story. Ooh, because that's what it is. It's collaborative storytelling. So collaborate, friend.
Absolutely.
And have fun.
Also, if you want to throw a wrench into things, invite someone's actual ex-girlfriend to show up halfway through a session and see what happens.
Like, ooh, drama.
Like,
you're role playing as a couple, but in real life, you guys don't do with each other.
Perfect.
It writes itself.
Yep.
So yeah, I think that's gonna do it for today's stream. This was Phantom Spark. It was a sponsor stream, but the game is a real chill 0G vibe. There is a demo out now. You guys can check out. So do that if you're interested. And thanks for joining us. Thank you, Marty, for filling in for Jack. Thank you, Jack, for coming back as a ghost.
As a ghost. Ooh, yeah. And some of us will be back tomorrow. For Marty, what's tomorrow?
So we got a couple. So tonight, Casey and I will be back in a few hours. Normal time for DMC at 7 p.m. Central, and then tomorrow at noon Central, 12 p.m. Central. Nick will be joined by Jack and Jesse playing My Lovely Empress, which you've probably seen a lot of ads for this week. Nick will be playing so that Jesse and Jack can become the thespians they've always dreamed of and act out the various scenarios in the game.
Oh, we're going to do voices, y'all. It's going to be great.
That should be a lot of fun. So tune in to that tomorrow at noon.
Nice.
Wonderful.
Till next time, y'alls. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone. Ooh.